Hi everyone, I'm Gail. Welcome to Wombat Hollow Crafts. Today it's Thursday. It's not Thursday, it's Wednesday. Yeah, it's Wednesday. It's the 30th of December 2025. If you're a regular watcher, welcome. If you're new, welcome. It's the end of the month. It's the end of 2025. It's been a very busy December. Very busy December with lots going on and everything. In this video, I'm going to show you a couple of finishes that I've had for the month of December, and we're going to go through a WIP parade as well. I don't have that many WIPs. I only have 13 WIPs, but we'll do a WIP parade so you can see where we're at, what we're starting the new year with. But let us jump straight into the stats. For December, my trusty little book, we started the month of December with 14 WIPs. I had 2 new starts, I had 3 finishes, no FFOs. I worked on 4 projects and finished up the month with 13 WIPs. Now, for 2025 in total, I started off on the 1st of the 1st with 15 WIPs. I had 38 starts. I UFO'd 1 project. I had 39 finishes. And as of tomorrow, the 31st of the 12th, I finish up the year with 13 WIPs. Now, I had 5 FFOs and I worked on 41 pieces in total in 2025. I did have a focus piece this year. My focus piece was Yuletide Garden Labyrinth by Carolyn Manning. That was my focus on a finished piece for this year. I finished that. On the 3rd of May, 2025. So my goal was finished. My other goal was stitch Christmas, only Christmas. So Christmas 365 in 2025. I've done that. I'm all Christmased out. I can't believe that I only stitch Christmas all year. So I finished my last piece on the 27th. I did some stitching on the 27th. So I actually finished a piece on the 25th. I did some stitching on Christmas too by Sarah Marchetti on the 26th and the 27th. I'm having some time off. So I'm having from the 28th to the 31st, no stitching at all. So for me, what that means is I stitched 357 days out of 365 days in 2025. I went back through my stitching calendar because I have a 5-year memory book and day by day, and I put what I stitch. So this year, the only times I didn't stitch, I had 3 days off in March, and that was when we moved from New South Wales to South Australia. So I had 3 days off there. I had 1 day off in April, and I've had 4 days off in December. So 357 out of 365, which isn't too bad, I think. So yeah. Right, giveaway time. End of the November stitching update video that was in December, we're giving away the Mirabilia Santa chart. So there's a few people who went in for that. So all the names are written down. They're in here. Give them a shake, shake, shake. See who the person is. Oh, Aussie Maria. Congratulations. I will reach out and put a comment on your comment. In fact, I think we're friends on Instagram. So I will send you an Instagram message and I will get your full name and address, and I will send this out in the post to you. So congratulations. We have another chart. It's actually a kit to give away. Now, thank you so much for everyone for your suggestions. I shared all of my cotton and thread kits that I'm going to be stitching next year, sort of interspersed amongst other projects. And this one here, I wasn't sure what to do with. So this was the January 2020, Our Family. So thank you so much to everyone who left lovely suggestions. But I have decided to share this with someone who has a family who wants to be able to stitch it. So I'm actually going to give this away with the it comes with the Ada, comes with all of the threads and everything that you need. It even comes with the funny little foamy backing stuff, but yeah, it comes with everything you need to stitch it. So happy to sort of send this anywhere in the world. So if you want to be in for a chance to win this cotton and twine kit, just put the word family, FAMILY, in, and we'll leave that running all month, and I will pick a winner when I do my January stitching update on the 1st of February. So there's that. All right, stitching for this month. I have been busy. So I've had 3 finishes this month. So one of them was the Log Cabin Christmas piece by Little House Needleworks. So this was, and I think, if I remember right, this was a start and a finish. Yeah, so this Little House Needleworks, I started both of these and finished both of these in the month of December. So we had block number 6, which is the Log Cabin Christmas. And then we had chart number 9, which is Log Cabin Mr. Snow. So, and this is stitched on 32 count lamb's wool linen, using DMC threads full cross 2/2. I'll show you, let me fold it down so you can see the pieces that were stitched in December, and then I'll show you the whole thing. So that's block number 8, that one there. I love Good House. And there's block number 9. And now it's all finished. I'm going to finish it into a pillow like I have done with a couple of other pieces that are over there. So that's what it looks like in its entirety. So good to have that one off the books. Quite enjoyed stitching that one. And then the other one I finished in the month of December was a Dimensions Gold Collection Petite. This one's called A Kiss for Snowman. So this was stitched using the 18 count white Ada, all of the thread. It was full and half cross. The full crosses were 2/1. The half crosses were 2, 3, 4, and 5 over 1. The only thing I didn't do, see all these massive big white, I left those off. I started to do them, but then I thought the piece looks so much nicer without them. It looks more delicate. So I left them out. And this is it here. So you still see there are some little white bits where it's actually charted not to stitch those. And I think it, and you can see there's some on the hat. I think it looks more delicate that way. Sorry, I just realised the straw of my drinks. The straw of my drink sitting right there. Yeah, it looks a lot more delicate that way, I think. So I really like that. So yeah, that's Dimensions, A Kiss for a Snowman. So there you have it. And I'm looking right here because I've just filmed my WIP Parade that I'm going to insert in a minute. But you know, how can you? I'll show him because we all love him. Stanley's coming out. Stanley is out because I'm about to sort him out, ready for the start again on the 1st of January. This is my focus piece for next year. Focus on a finish for Stanley. He'll be 16 years old next year. So I'm calling it Stanley's Sweet 16. SSS 2026. So hopefully we'll be able to get him finished. I love him. Love him. So 16 years, it's about time he gets finished, right? So yeah, I've made up a frame myself because he's so big. and he doesn't fit quite right in my Omnic frame. So I've made a frame, and today I'm going to sort of muck around with positioning him just so I can have him on the, I'm going to put side tensioners on it and all that sort of stuff. So we're ready to rock and roll. So yeah, so my December, what's been happening in December? Quite a bit actually. Great news, we sold our house in Sydney. Yay! That took a little while, toing and froing, etc. We had a couple of offers that we accepted, but then the people didn't have their finance in order. So that was a little bit disheartening at the time, but the end result was really good for us because we ended up getting the price that we wanted. Apologies for yawning. Yeah, end up getting the price that we wanted, so that's really, really good. So cooling off period finished just before Christmas, which was great, and we settle on the 3rd of February, so not that much longer to go really. And so that's one headache that'll be crossed off the list. We've been busy here at the house doing some little bits and pieces. Shane's home at the moment. He's been working in Canberra. He goes back to Canberra this Saturday for a week and a half. So yeah, I've just been busy, yeah, just prepping for next year really, getting stuff ready and sorted and organised. I've been busy doing the library. I've been unpacking more boxes. So I've unpacked another 18 boxes. I did that over the weekend and whatnot, just after Christmas. Did some on Boxing Day and on the weekend. I've got one more pallet of 18 boxes to unpack. So hopefully what that means is the library's looking wonderful. All my little knickknacks are out and everything. And as you can see here, we're getting everything in place here. So when I come back and do my January update with you, I will include a video tour of the craft room here and also the library as well, because I've had a lot of people asking about a tour of the library. So we'll do that at the same time. The other thing I've been doing is prepping for my large diamond painting project. Now, I am doing a heaven and earth conversion to diamond painting next year. It is a chart by Ciro Marchetti called Ugly Birds. And what I'll do, I will insert a photograph of what that looks like here. Now this is a huge piece. It is going to take me a long time. In fact, I've got the canvas spread out across the whole table here at the moment, flattening it out. I went through and I sorted out all of the diamonds. Now I ordered all of the diamonds to come from a company in the US. So it's what they do. They do heaven and earth conversions to diamond painting. So you send them the thread listing that Haid provides, and they give you the amount of diamonds that you need to do that. Now, I've had these diamonds from this company for probably about 3 years now, and just haven't gotten around to doing it. I'm glad I didn't beforehand, because having moved from New South Wales to rural South Australia or regional South Australia, if I had started this, it would have been like cumbersome to try and pack it up, because this canvas is enormous. It is huge. And I was a little bit disappointed when I went through the diamonds, if I'm being entirely honest, because the company that I sent them to, that I won't name, they had the full listing of everything. Now, when I went through, one of the colours was supposed to have 29, and these bags aren't huge bags of diamonds, they're little bags of diamonds. One of the colours that was on the listing that was supposed to have 29 bags of this one colour was ticked off as like inventory ticked off, but it wasn't there at all. And then I found another 2 colours that were on the Heaven and Earth design stitching sheet that weren't even on the inventory sheet at all. So what I've had to do, there is a company down in Victoria, and they source a lot of their diamonds from China. So I've reached out to them and ordered packets of what I need. I think obviously I needed to get like the 24 packets of this one colour. The other colour I needed something like 4 packets of, and then the other colour I needed like 18 packets, like little packets. So I've ordered all of those diamonds to come. So I was hoping to make a start on this diamond painting on the 1st of January. That's not going to happen now. I don't want to make a start on this at all until I have all of the diamonds here, because the last thing I want to do is start diamond painting and have to leave little spots for diamonds that aren't here. So I will wait until I get those diamonds in. I'll package them up and then go from there. So that's going to be an exciting project to start. So the 1st of January, I will be starting on Stanley. So as I said in the plans video, between 231 and 232 stitches per stitching session. So the 1st is a public holiday, so I will be starting on Stanley on the 1st. And then on the 2nd, that's a Friday, so I will be starting one of my yoga guinea pigs on the Friday. And I will be working on 5 weekdays on that one. So yeah, the plan is to do a 5 business day stretch on yoga guinea pigs. I'll also do a 5 business day stretch on family portrait as well, which you would have seen in the videos. I'll work on Stanley, and then I'll also do some work on my my hardanger table runner, and then also in between I'll do some cotton and twine as well. But the main thing is I want to stitch as much as I can on Stanley and keep up with that 231 per session stitching number of stitches. So hopefully that works out. So yeah. All right. What I'm going to do now, as I said, I filmed a WIP parade. I've only worked on one of those WIPs during the course of December. That's why I thought you'll just see the progress. It's not a great deal. So I'll insert that so you can see where that's up to. So this is my 2025 end of year WIP parade inserted here. Hi, welcome to my end of 2025 WIP parade. Now, I don't have that many WIPs, not as many as some. I only have 13 WIPs. However, these 13 WIPs are all quite large projects. They're spread out across the table. All of them except for one. I haven't touched this year. I've only worked on one of them because 2025 is a year of Christmas. So there's only one Christmas WIP in here. But I thought I'd show you the 13 WIPs that I'm taking into 2026, what the stats are about them, and yeah, we can go from there. No particular order. It's just however they're on the table. They're all in front of me here. So the very first one I'm going to show you is my oldest WIP. So this is the fish juggler. It's a full coverage, Heaven and Earth designed, original artwork by Randall Spangler. So I think it's 5 projects that I started prior to when I started keeping records in 2019. This is one of them. So this is what it's going to look like when it's finished. So this one is being stitched on 18 count Aida, full cross, 2/1, using all of the recommended DMC threads. Now, he is quite big. I'm going to do my very best to show you. He is in a homemade frame at the moment because Stanley is a focus to be finished in 2026. So this is what I can't even, there we go. So that's what he looks like so far. I have that much left to go. It's like just under 60,000 stitches. So he hasn't had any work at all this year. They're just needle minders. So yeah. So that's what Stanley looks like. And here's my focus on a finish piece for 2026. So I did speak about him when I did my plans video for 2026. So that's Stanley. All right, the next one that I'm going to show you is also from 2019. This one was the very first one that I started like proper records for. I started this on the 3rd of the 8th, 2019. It is a Quaker Hardanger runner out of a chart book by Vaughan Olivieri. It's this one down here. It's like it's a Quaker Hardanger runner. Very Art Deco design. I'm stitching this on 28 count even weave in the colour Ecru, and I'm using DMC pearl thread in the colourway Ecru. So I'll just find it. So that's what it's going to look like when it's finished. And there's a close-up of the details. And this is going to get some work this year. This is one of my pieces that I am planning on stitching during the course of the month as well. It's very, very long. As you can see, it's very, very long. As I said, don't do little projects. Don't do little projects. So this is where we're at with this one. Hopefully you can see it. I can't really see what you're seeing. But it's Ecru on Ecru. So I would really like to get this finished next year in 2026. But as I said, Stanley is my focus on a finish for 2026. But there's that one. All right. Oh, in fact, I'm going to put it back in the bag. So that way then I don't lose it. Because I will. Because everyone knows what it's like doing a WIP parade. You've got stuff everywhere. And although I don't have as many WIPs as some people, I still don't want to lose anything. Okay. The next one I'm going to share with you is a start that I did on the 18th of July 2020. This is Shores of Hawk Run Hollow by Carriage House Samplings. So this is being stitched on 28 count vanilla latte even weave by Jay's X Stitch. I am using the DMC recommended threads, full cross 2/2, and I've done a fair bit of this one. This is where we're up to with this one. So the first 4 blocks are all completely done, and the middle double block is done. As you can see, I am working on the block on the far left. So we are getting there with this one. I like this one a lot. Love Jay's fabric from Jay's X Stitch. And I don't mind the DMC threads. And this is stored in a bag custom made for me from Nicole from Divana Lee Design Studio. So Shores of Hawk Run. That away so I don't lose anything. Okay, and then let's do this one. So this is prior to August 2019 design. This is again another Hardanger. This is a large Hardanger tablecloth stitched from the award-winning Designs in Hardanger Embroidery 2004, and it's this one right here that I'm stitching. Now I am using the recommended linen, all of the recommended DMC pearl thread. That is what it's going to look like when it's finished. This one's going to take me forever. This is a huge piece of linen. It's like 55 inches square, this piece of linen. It is humongous. So let's see where we're at with this. As you can see, I've started doing some cluster blocks down the side, and I have just done cream on cream all the way across. I am hoping that you can see that because the piece of fabric is so big. I cannot actually see it, but you can see like it is a huge huge piece of linen, like enormous. And I really do like stitching on this, so hopefully one day I can get back to it. I do enjoy hardanger a lot. I have 3 hardanger whips in my outstanding whips. So, but hopefully I will be finished the Art Deco one in 2026, and then I might be able to make a start on another one. All right. So this next one is another Pride of August 2019. It is a Janlin kit. It is the Spring Sampler by Cooler Studios or Sandy Orton. I actually have all 4 of these. I actually switched out the fabric from, it was 14 count Aida, and I switched it out to 28 count even weave, and I have all 4 of them. So I have done the same thing for all 4 of them. So when I do get to stitch the others, I'm over halfway in the cross stitch in this one. I haven't done any back stitching or anything like that as yet. I'm going to wait till the end to do that. But yeah, this is where we're up to with that one. So I've got the top half. The top half's completely done with all the cross stitch and half stitch, and just working on the bottom half. That one is a really fun one to stitch on. And as I said, I do have all of the series of this one to stitch. That's all of the, you've got all of them. So that's very, very cool. All right, next one. Oh, let's do this one. So this is another pre-August 2019 piece. This is Evening in the Park by Chatelaine. So this one, I ordered this as a complete kit from European Cross Stitch a very long time ago. And it's on 32 count dark cobblestone linen, using all of the recommended threads, etc. in the kit. Now, there is a thread sort of floating around because I was in the process of doing some, looks like snowflakes. But this is where we're at with this one. And again, with these, I do all of the cross stitch and speciality stitches first and then go back and bead later. So this is where we're at. So with this one, I was stitching this with my lovely friend Therese. She has finished hers and has framed hers. It is absolutely beautiful. But of course, I'm nowhere near finished. Nowhere near. So, yeah. It will get finished one day. All right, next one. Let's do another chatelaine. I have 2 chatelaines in my whips. The next one is Hawaiian Garden Mandala by Chatelaine. And again, I'm stitching this as a kit. I bought it as a kit from European Cross Stitch, except for the fabric. I really want to stitch it on dark fabric. So the fabric I got was 32 count Belfast linen in Phantom by Picture This Plus. But it is being completely stitched using all of the recommended silks, speciality threads, the whole kit and caboodle from European Cross Stitch. So this one, now, I was like really going well with this one until I came up to the pineapple. Oh my goodness, the pineapple just did my head in. And I had to do it 4 times. So I did it once. I did 1 pineapple. That's as far as I got. But I have to replicate that another 3 times. So that's the centre medallion's all done, except for the beads, etc. And that's one of the pineapples and the Jessica Stitch flowers, etc. So again, it is something I will definitely come back to. Just not right now, but it will get done. And for this, my lovely friend Nicole at Divinely Design Studios, I found some pineapple fabric that I really loved, and I sent that to her, and she made me a bag, and it came with a thread keep and a whole pile of other lovely stitching accoutrement. So that was lovely. All right, the next one is another hard hanger. This one was started on the 5th of October 2022. It is a hard hanger runner. I am stitching this on 28 count even weave in the colorway Wood Violet using DMC Pearl 33042. Anyway, it's this one here. That's the one I'm stitching. And where are we at? Okay. Again, this is too big to fit in one spot, but you can see I'm just doing all the cluster blocks. Stitching away. So, yeah, hard hanger, I tend to approach it sort of very systematically. You can see I've done a lot of work on this side, and I'm starting on this cluster block here. So we're getting there with this one. Very, very pretty once it's finished. I really like the lilac tones in this one, which is what made me buy it. And this one, I bought some more pineapple fabric, and the lovely Nicole made it into another pineapple bag for me, which is lovely. Try not to stab myself with the needles as I'm going through doing this. Okay, let's do another carriage house. So this next one was started on the 30th of the 10th, 2020. It is Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow by Carriage House Samplings. I'm stitching this on 28 count even weave in the colorway Vanilla Latte from Jay's X Stitch. That's what it's going to look like when it's finished. So I have finished one block, and I have made a start on the second block. So I've done block 1 and made a very, very tiny start on block 2, but that's where we're up to. So that's very cool. And again, another bag made for me by the lovely Nicole from Divinely Design Studios. Only a few more to go. Okay, we'll do my other full coverage. My second Heaven and Earth design in my my roster. So I've got quite a lot of big projects. I've got 2 Heaven and Earths, I've got 2 Chatelaines, 2 Hawk Run Hollows. That's a lot, isn't it? This one, sorry, I'm easily diverted. This one I started on the 31st of the 12th, 2020. This is Christmas 2, original artwork by Sarah Marchetti, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I'm stitching this on 18 count Aida using the recommended DMC threads full cross 2/2. This is one of the pieces that I did some work on in December. Not a great deal, but a little bit. You can sort of see, and that's where we're up to with this one. I only did a little bit. So I think because this year I've stitched all Christmas, I just need to have a little bit of a break now. So, but yeah, that's where that one is. Oops, everything's flying. Oh goodness, okay. The sheet for this one has just gone flying that away. So this was started in March of 2024. This one, I can't tell you the exact date because it's down there. It's Nova Sloboda. It is a kit. It's stitched on 16 count Aida using the Aurora 120 thread. That's what it's going to look like when it's finished. It is a full coverage. And on this one, I have done part of the umbrella in the middle. This one's really, really unusual. This piece, I like it a lot, actually. I've got quite a few Nova Sloboda kits, and I do want to get back to them because they're really nice to actually stitch on. Okay, the next one's another Nova Sloboda kit. This was started on the 23rd of May 2024. 16 count Aida using the Aurora 120 thread. It's called Floral Variety. That's what it's going to look like when it's finished. However, I did start this on 16 count, the 16 count Aida, and the Aida is so, unlike the other Nova Sloboda where the Aida was quite soft, this is really stiff, not very nice Aida. As you can see, I've only made the tiniest of starts. I'm actually going to restart this again using 32 count even weave, because yeah, this Aida is just this one's atrocious compared to that Aida, but yeah, I really like that one. It's very, very pretty. So when I do get to this one, that will be a restart, that one. And lucky last, this is Joe the Hipster by Panastitch. It is a kit, 16 count black Aida, using all the kit threads. Started on the 23rd of the 5th, 2024. That's what he's going to look like when he's finished. And this has got such a tiny, tiny, tiny start. It's not funny. It's barely even a start. But anyway, hey, there's a stitch in it, so it's a start, right? So yeah. And that is going to be what it looks like when it's finished. So there are my WIPs. Not a great deal, but anyway. I hope you've enjoyed this WIP parade, and now back to the main video. Bye. They're all big projects, aren't they? I might only have 13, but they're big projects in those 13. But anyway. So I hope you've had a great December, that you had a great Christmas, and that you have a fabulous New Year. What are we doing for New Year? And this is another reason why I wanted to have a couple of days off, because Shane's home. Where we live in regional South Australia, we're right on the Murray River, and they put on a like a big end of year sort of festival down on the foreshore. So they have food trucks and music bands and all that sort of thing, and then they have fireworks and whatnot. So Shane and I, we're going to go down. We're not going to stay for the fireworks because little Monty doesn't like fireworks, so we'll make sure we're home for that. But Shane and I are going to go down to the foreshore and just spend some time wandering around. We'll have some dinner down there, look at all the different food trucks, grab dinner from there, and then come home and just have a quiet you know, seeing out of 2025 into 2026. So that's our plans. Let me know what you're going to be doing down in the comments below. I'd be really interested to know how you're going to be spending your 2025 into 2026. So I will next catch up with you at the end of January for my January update. Until then, please stay safe, stay well. Happy New Year. I hope, the new year brings you everything that you hope for and even a little bit more. So happy crafting, happy stitching, stay safe. And until the end of January, I'll speak to you then. Have a great one. Bye-bye.